10 o'clock. It is 22 degrees. Barbara and I both, when the weatherman didn't stand a chance, 16 degrees. Come on, we know our backyard better than he does. In fact, I think he looks out Wellington window and takes a guess at it, and, well, yeah, he got it wrong again. It's Wednesday, August 31st, last day of the month. September tomorrow. You know, where's the year gone? It's gone so fast, it really has. But I tell you what, let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and I got to welcome along everybody that's watching on Facebook Live right now. Believe me, it's such a pleasure to have you with us. If you're going to be watching it a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do, right? No, you do, seriously. Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Literally. Bell notifications when we have important people, much like coming out of New Jersey today. Well, I think he's out of New Jersey today. Anyway, last time we spoke, well, you know, he flits around Florida and, well, Nashville, and so I'm going to catch up, find out where he is. But today, the man himself, Manny Cabo, he loves the way I say it, Manny Cabo, is joining us. Believe me, it is going to be a pleasure. But first of all, let's do this, because I want to let you know how happy we are to be in association with Rise Up TV, Big Records, Sony Music, The Orchard, right here with Galaxy.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107fm in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record and Sony Music, The Orchard.
That's right, and believe me, today I've been chomping at the bit for this one. We've had the music a little bit, I've got to be honest with you. Played it a few times, haven't said anything to anybody. It has been blowing up our internet. Everybody wanted to know all the A's and B's about it. Who, what, when, where, how, and when we're doing the interview. Today is the day. Manny Cabo is joining us, and we're going to play brand spanking new To the World. Here's Breakaway. Loving it, bro. Loving it.
Awesome. Oh, that's right. We can't hear it. That's right, because you're okay. I got it. I always forget that. I always think we got to listen to the song and come back and talk.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. The rest of the world can hear it. In the meantime, you can tell me some good jokes. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I know, right? That's great. That's great. Yeah, it's good to, it's always a treat to talk to you guys. It's always good to be back and revisit. And it's definitely been a minute since the last time we discussed, so I've certainly been through a lot. But again, it's always a treat. I totally appreciate you guys and always playing my music, and I'm so happy the Kiwis are digging it.
Bro, your family, we love you.
Thank you, man. The same is mutual, man. The same is mutual.
Nice. I tell you what, we've revised our family right now. We used to call it the Galaxy family, stuff like that, and then it became the Galaxy Army, but we thought, well, what's going on in Ukraine right now? That's a bit offensive. So now we've dubbed our, because we've never wanted to call them fans, we now call them The Noise.
The Noise. Hey, I'll take it.
Believe me.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Oh, look, when I go out on stage and go, where's the noise at? It just goes loose.
That's great.
It does.
That's great. I definitely have to make it out there, man. It's such a beautiful country, and that whole part of the world is something that's going to be on my bucket list.
Absolutely. Hey, I actually had a friend of mine send me a song the other day called Bucket List, which mentions New Zealand. It does. Since I think he might tune in at some stage too. Terry Van Cannon, coming out of North Carolina, he's just absolute lap steel master. I got to be honest with you. This guy is just wow.
Wow.
And
that's awesome.
He says, Grant, since I've met you, my life has never been busier. He says, I'm looking for a quiet moment, because there's all these people now wanting to work with him.
That's awesome. See, that's great. One hand washes the other, man. It's all about reciprocity in this world, especially in this industry.
It does. And I mean, I've got a guy coming up for an interview very, very shortly with his band coming out of the UK. Nick Plews is joining us. Drew Taylor is joining us. Wario Hernandez? Torres. Torres? Do I have that one right? I'm not sure. Darren Jack is joining us, and Michael King is joining us. See, I don't have a wire in front of me. I can tell it's Michael, not Michelle today. You see, Manny never lets me down when it comes to great music, and that is fantastic. Breakaway right here at Galaxy. Manny Cabo, welcome back to Galaxy.
Wow, dude, such a good time. Always good being back with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Well, believe me, my friend, it is an absolute honour. As you know, I'm always very humbled to hook up with you, my friend. And we've known each other now for, well, a minute, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Time flies. It really does. I mean, you guys have been part of my life. I would honestly say about 4 or 5 years now.
Something like that. Yeah, believe me,
Yeah.
That's a few drinks under the table, to be very honest.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Absolutely, and always have we loved your music, loved your work, loved everything about you, my friend, and always called you not only family, but brother, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey, feelings mutual, man.
Love it. So we kicked it off, and believe me, we have been playing this. We haven't said a lot to a lot of people about the track, but it really did blow up our internet. People wanted to know the whole skinny about this. So tell me about Breakaway.
Breakaway, it's such a great story. It's funny, I just got off the phone with the co-writer. This song has been dormant for close to 15 years now. A good friend of mine, Scott Wilson, and myself wrote this. Oh my God, I was in this, I think in the winter. Close to 15 years ago, I would honestly say. And I figured, I'm going to wait for a while. I don't rush anything. That's one thing, obviously, you guys know about me. I don't rush music. Music has to be from the heart. And for me, it's always about creating something timeless and true to the genre, right? Because I'm a big pop rock guy. We just had this discussion about AC/DC. That's what I grew up on. That's music to me. And so with this song, we wanted to write a relationship song that was really, really timeless about overcoming the hurdles with that one special person. And it just so happens I collaborated with a good friend of mine, which I met through another musician, Dave Rico, helped me co-produce it. And he knew exactly what I wanted in the song. We added some new parts to it from its original status of a song. We just changed a few parts here, made it a little bit more modern and relevant. And soon enough, Breakaway, as you heard it today, is released today. And I can't believe it, to be honest with you. I think back, I'm like, damn, this song has been dormant for so many years. And here it is today, as relevant as it was when we first initiated it.
Well, I got to be honest with you, bro. And we've had it not that long. We have played it a huge amount of times. You've got 1,799 requests for it.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
1,800, huh?
1800, almost 1,800. Believe me, I reckon by the end of the day it'll certainly be that. Karen Villa McKenzie is joining us. Nice to have you on board. And Natty Kingman Ting also joining us. Lewis Ladat as well joining us. Nice to have everybody on board. It really, really is. And Nick Plews, good morning all. Good morning, brother man. Absolutely loving your work as well with the Heartland Roots Band coming out of the UK. Leicester, in fact, in the UK. Yeah. And yes, I do know a few pubs. I spent a number of years in England, so believe me, we can sink a few together, maybe. You never know. Talking of, I want to give this its proper respect, and I'm going to give it my best shot at it as Mi Angelito.
Mi Angelito. That's close enough. Yeah, man, that's close enough.
I'm trying, believe me.
I'm impressed. The Kiwi has some enunciation skills, man.
Yeah, we're not just a fruit, are we? Or a flightless bird. We can give it a go. But this is in your heritage, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the song itself, when it first came out over 20 years ago, was written by the guys from Seven Dust. LaJohn Witherspoon and Morgan and all the guys over there. And it was a tribute song for a fallen hero in our rock community, Lynn Strait from the band Snot. And I loved it back then. I said, you know what a beautiful song. How great would it be for me to reissue it and translate it for my people, my community, my heritage, to edify two very important people in my life. My grandmother, who instilled me the value of resiliency, and my dad, who was the reason why I became anything creative, who I just lost to COVID, which is still a void. And those two people were responsible for everything that I have done creatively for the past 20 years, whether it was photography, my top podcast, my book that just came out, and of course the releases. I'm releasing one new song every 6 weeks. This is because of them. These are the values. And now I have supporters that I have to uphold. The level of expectation is there. That's why I love creating music. And what better way than to pay homage to them than through a song,
I get it. I really, really do. And believe me, I love this particular track because I play it in my car as I come to work at night and
Nice.
go home in the evenings as well. Believe me, I do, Manny. And
That's awesome.
I got to be honest with you, it's like an earworm. It's getting in there. It really is. I'm saying
It's striking a chord, full pun intended, right?
yeah, exactly. It really, really is. So it's wearing on me, and that doesn't happen often. Usually, I can hear a song, say, "Yeah, I like it." I'll play it in my car for a couple of days, then I move on to the next band, next artist, next song. But this one,
Sure.
since I got it, I got to be honest, it's been in my car, and I've been listening to it. I love it. I really do.
Wow. That's all, and you know what? Truth is, we reached out to the lead singer, LaJohn, and he, first of all, after he loved it, hearted it, all the posts that I'm doing, he said, yeah, let's definitely jam out. So we're trying to ideate a way for me to perform it with them here. They're touring locally. They got a big tour coming up, and they'll be performing, a half hour away from me. So I figured, talk about serendipity at its best. So we're going to see if we can make that come to fruition, which would be amazing.
Well, I tell you what, Manny, I know there's a big tour coming up for you in December. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about
Sure.
your book as well. But first of all, let's release officially to the world, Mi Angelito. I try.
Nicely done, man. Nicely. No, I commend you, man. That was actually great.
Very, very cool. I'm sorry?
Karen Dwayne's muscles.
Karen?
Dwayne Watson's muscles.
Okay, she watching.
Yeah, well, you said I liked him.
Oh, did I? Okay. Oh,
Karen Ogle McKenzie.
oh, of course.
Hi, Karen.
Karen. I didn't realise. Dwayne. Yes. Lovely Karen. Absolutely.
Nicky
Dwayne
Karen
Watson is an artist coming out of British Columbia.
Nice.
And
A lot of Canadians, man.
believe me,
Canadians.
I think we know almost every artist in Canada now.
From photography, and I have photographed a ton of Canadian artists, great artists too, and good people, such sweethearted people.
I was talking to one guy one day, and he said it's all about it. And I thought, how did footwear come into this conversation?
That's great.
I'm a Kiwi. What do you expect? Yeah?
Right,
Of
right,
course.
right.
I see William Shatner. You remember William Shatner, right?
Of course, he was the original creator of the Halloween mask for Michael Myers.
Yeah. Well, no, he's
I'm kidding. There's more to it than that, but that's the one thing I love about him.
Captain Kirk, of course, right?
Of course, right.
I see in Canada he's had, because he is Canadian,
Right.
he had to recall his women's lingerie market.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently Shatner Panties isn't a good name.
I was waiting for it, man. I'm like 3, 2, 1.
Here it is.
Good one. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one.
Awesome. You can use it anytime you want.
Okay. I plan on doing it. I'm going to have to borrow that one.
Yeah. Just remember the punchline, Shatner Panties.
Yeah. Great.
Hey, it's better than the chicken one. True.
chicken one?
Silence from the
The Chicken
audience here.
Union has come out on the news this morning saying
Here we
that the
go.
chickens are no longer legally crossing the road. It's true. Yeah. They're taking, but.
Oh, God.
Insulting my
That's
sheep.
awful. I love it.
Insulting
What
my
do you mean it's
sheep.
awful? It's Kiwi. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
What are we going to
What
do
did I
with
get
you?
myself into?
Well, you agreed to it.
I did. There's no going back now, man.
No, unfortunately, you have to. Oh, I'll tell you what. You live in New Jersey, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have a friend of mine that lives in New Jersey. Lovely lady by the name of Randy O'Neill, and she's also a psychiatrist. If you need help, I will send her to your door, bro.
Oh, how convenient.
Yeah, she reckons I'd make a great cab driver.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Galaxy.
You know, the weird thing about this, and I got to be honest with you, I do have a friend of mine that is a psychologist, a psychiatrist, and a criminologist, and he said to me the other day after me telling him jokes, Grant, my brain hurts. So for those of you that were on the radio listening to this, lucky you. Poor Manny's just been subjected to a little bit of Grant, and well, you know, I got to thank him for his patience, I really do. Manny, always a pleasure to catch up with you. Now, I know it's going to be a very, very business Christmas festive season for you coming up. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, it's always a fun time for me. We all look forward to the Christmas and the holiday seasons because, you know, with the Wizards of Winter, for those of you who don't know, it's a Christmas spectacular. You know, it's like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra with the two top acts that are out there. So we're constantly touring, and it's right now we're close to hinging about 20 dates. Most of them are sold out already. We just added another 3 in Tampa, Florida in January. So the list keeps growing. And it's just a fun-filled time because, you know, that's the time of the year that I think it calls for it. You know, there's a lot of depression going on. People don't realize that Christmas is a very sad holiday, you know, and for those that lost people, for relationships, or whatever the case may be. So it just gives us the opportunity to put some smiles on people's faces. To do what I love to do, which is rock stations, you know, and all stages, stations and stages. I like to see what I did there, right? And then it's just a great way to engage with the audience, you know, that visceral feeling, and kids and, you know, adults, the whole nine. There's no limitation there. Everyone just has a great time, and so do we. You know, it's the light show, the smoke, the music, and of course we're like family. You know, we're just a group of people that just enjoy doing what we do. You're knuckleheads that just have fun, especially when we're on the tour bus. It's a lot of driving, I will tell you that. It's a lot of shows in a minimal amount of time, but I wouldn't change it for the world, Grant. I really wouldn't.
You know, I miss the stage shows as well, I got to be honest with you. And I remember one day, one show, one evening, one show, one old lady came up to me and she goes, "How does it get so smoky on stage?" I said, "Don't worry about it. Willie Nelson will be okay. He'll be fine."
Yeah, we can't talk about that stuff.
Yeah, no, we can't. No, absolutely not. But what I do want to talk to you about, Manny, before we go, is your book. I really, really in-depthly want to get a copy of this. Hope it's going to be signed too, by the way. But I'm so interested in this. Tell me about it.
Oh, that's great. You know, you're definitely going to get a copy without a doubt. And the title of the book is called Soul. It was an Amazon bestseller, which I'm really proud of course. And it's a beautiful story. It's a fictional story, but it was pretty deliberate as well. You know, there is a bit of Manny sprinkled in all the characters. And essentially, the whole book is just to remind us that sometimes, even in the face of defeat, even when we feel defeated, you know, we have to look at these challenges as just that, just challenges. We can't look at them as debilitating experiences because sometimes, you know, the universe gives you this cosmic 2x4 that lets you know, no, that's not what you want. Let me show you what it is that you really want. You know, stop focusing on what you think the way and how it should look. what your success should look like, right? And it's about how to pivot in life. Because sometimes life does throw you a curveball. It's just a matter of, I'm going to use baseball references because I love baseball. You sit back and you wait for that fastball. And that's exactly what I did with the book. I just wanted to educate people and inspire people. Just never give up, and you have to fail. It's part of the process. It's part of the successful journey that we all take in life. The problem is we take those hardships to heart, and it just completely defeats us, right? We can't let that happen because there is a silver lining. There's a little rainbow in every hardship. And I think people should start welcoming those hardships, because if it doesn't come to you easy, that means that there's something so much better for you. But you just got to stay resilient. You have to stay ready so you don't have to worry about getting ready. There's the key. And it's all about the discipline. Forget about motivation. Motivation is so overrated for me. Motivation just comes and goes. Discipline comes, you still do what you need to do even when you don't feel like doing it. So this book hopefully will provide the impetus that we all need to consistently pursue our dreams and our goals and our aspirations in life. Life is short, man. You got to work hard, but you got to play harder.
Absolutely, my bro. And believe me, I will be watching the letterbox, watching for the courier to turn up, because so fascinating. It really, really is. I can't wait to read it. I really, really can't. Having said that, though, my friend, I am going to have to wrap this up right now, and I've got to let you know how much of a pleasure it is to catch up with you again. Just going to ask you, anything new on the horizon? Are we coming back again? Any new?
Oh my God, that's a given, of course. I'm putting out a brand new single every 6 weeks. I know it's unheard of, but and for those artists out there, they know exactly what I'm talking about. The micro content, the radio interviews, constantly having to show up, because this is our sustenance. The music is my sustenance. So putting out music is amazing, but there's so many working parts and elements and components that comprise to make a successful release. And you're part of it. You're now an integral part of my success, Grant. So thank you for playing my music. I'm so happy that it's being well received by your audience. And, I love my Kiwi population out here in New Zealand. So thank you. And I'm beyond grateful that you guys are playing my stuff.
Believe me, my bro, we love you. We love your music. It's always such a great relationship. George is joining us as well. George Prophet, nice to have you on board, George. It really, really is. And Trevor Lowry is joining us as well. So we're going to wrap this one up right now. But don't forget, we're not actually leaving New York today. I think we're in the 5 boroughs or something like that. With a young lady, believe me, it's going to be fantastic. Got to thank Jimmy Buffett as well. We're going to be catching up with Sydney Urban very, very shortly, in about an hour's time. So stay tuned. Just after 11 o'clock, we're going to do that. Today, of course, such a pleasure to catch up with Manny Cabo, our very, very good friend. We've gone back a few years now. And let me tell you how happy we are to be in association with Rise Up TV. Big record, Sony Music, The Orchard, here at Galaxy.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107 FM in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record and Sony Music The Orchard.
Oh, better do that one. Sorry, guys.
Galaxy FM.